All right, before we get started, I want to point out the obvious to some and maybe not so obvious to others. And even though these, from a scientific standpoint, from an archaeological standpoint, are amazing examples, this is still sacred ground to those people who made these, whether they be the Aztecians or the current Native American Indians that we have now. The people of the river here say that, the river tribes say that they have explanations for these, and this is sacred ground to them. So you and I, as visitors, need to be respectful to this area. Now, it is a vast wilderness out here, but it's beautiful. Stark, it gets blasted hot. Let's get started and let's check these things out. They are amazing, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me. They are worth the drive to get here. All right, as you can see, this is our first figure. It's a human figure. As you can see, it was a male, if you look closely. Now, this could be a person of great prominence, or it could have been possibly with their view of the creator, or it could have been a whole host of things. And there actually was a circle around this at one time originally, which you can probably see faint traces maybe when we put the drone up, at least part of it. It may have been because that was the path they traveled. I don't know. No one really knows. Now, when it comes to these intaglios, or however they pronounce it, these geoglyphs etched in the ground, they're huge, and they took a great deal of skill to make. However, we don't know a lot about them, and even the dates of them are at best suspect. Carbon dating, they did try carbon dating. They went anywhere from 460 years ago to 900 years BC, before Christ. So I don't know that carbon dating actually works in this way, because carbon dating was originally used for living things that had been alive, not the case of rocks and dirt. And even then it was suspect to me. So how old they are, whether they were made by the indigenous people here or whether they were created by the people before them, the Aztecians, we just don't really know for sure. But what we do know, that these things are spectacular. Let's take up the drone. Okay, now at this one, we have a spiral, or it could be a coiled snake. Oftentimes they're called candy cane type spirals. Also, there's an animal up there, which you'll see more clearly with the drone. Now, some think that it was an image of a mountain lion, because according to native legend, the mountain lion helped the creator with the earth. A lot of non-American Indians think that it is a picture of a horse, which would put this intaglio, at least date it to the time the Spanish had arrived. So that would give us a little bit a younger date than if it was made before the Europeans had ever. So with the wind blowing, I'll try and keep this as brief as possible. But this figure is a man, or it could be spiritual. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this is what it says. The human figure is oriented. So we'll see if this figure of the creator or if it's a man. Now, unlike the last one, it does not have any male symbols part of its body, but this one is pretty cool. Now to get to the 4th and 5th geoglyphs, you can see in the distance Maximus the Gladiator, just a roof. He's up there in that parking spot on the second site, which has just a singular humanoid. To get to the 3rd and 4th, you have to cross the wash, this wash, on that hill over there, so that you can go up here. There's actually a trail that goes up the ridge, well, the rim, not around the rim. I guess it's a small ridge that goes up the hill. There's actually a trail that goes up there, and that's how you can find it. You can actually see it from, if you know what you're looking for, you can see it from different areas, you know, first sight and second sight. But this is a trail right here. I'm gonna switch it around. Okay. Now there are deer in this area. Where there are deer, there are mountain lions, so keep an eye out, especially if you're traveling alone like I am. This is that trail. Let me show it to you from the other way. Okay, it goes down through there, comes up through here. Give you a reference point. Maximus the Gladiator's in the distance. The other 1st and 2nd Intaglio are over there. All right, we're halfway up. Let's get up there. Okay, so this is the largest of them all. And you'll see that when I lift the drone up there and fly it up there. This figure here is a human figure. And it is the largest, as I said, and it's oriented north and south with its head pointing south. It is 170.6 feet from head to feet, and the arm span is 147.6 feet. His torso is 16.7 feet and his clearly defined knees and elbows. 4 fingers are present on each hand and 3 toes on each foot. It's a little windy here, like I said earlier, so this being our 4th Intaglio, or what had happened was, whenever these were made, they were lost. For whatever reason, there were some people who knew about them, but for the most part, the general public didn't know about them. And in the 30s, and I don't know if it was 32 or 36, but in the 30s, a pilot was flying Blythe going to Las Vegas, and he had seen these below. And what he saw was these figures that I'll take the drone up and show you. Over the years, it has been suggested that some modifications have been made to this one. It was suggested that at one point in time there were some private parts scraped between his legs. Also, someone came in and made breasts, which looks to me like they have all been removed. And someone even made eyes on him, which has also been removed. Now I am walking around him so you can see his outstretched arms, and you can see one of his hands right here with the fingers. Watch the brush. There you go. Not bad for at least 4 centuries, if not even longer. Okay, this one is an animal, and whether it is a spirit being that is in the figure of an animal or whether it is actually an animal, we'll never know. Native American lore sometimes uses animals as spirit beings, or the spirit being is in the form of an animal. And here, when you look at this, you can see 4 feet, but it has a tail. Now, it has been suggested that this was a mountain lion because mountain lions, as I said earlier, were prominent in the religions and lores of the river people, or the people of the river. If in fact this was made by them, or maybe the Aztecans. What I love about this is the mystery. A mystery that will probably be a mystery until we're in heaven with God and we ask him, what was this? And he tells us. How cool is that? If you like this kind of content in these videos, hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more of this from us, then hit the subscribe button. There's also a bell for notification. And if you have some good information about these Blythe geoglyphs, put it in the comments for other people to see too and consider. All right. I hear that there is another intaglio or a geoglyph on the Arizona side between Boyce and Quartzsite. That's only like an hour from here. What do you say we eat something and let's drive over there and see if we can't find it? Yeah.